You can call 814-299-5155. That's 814-299-5155. Call that number and leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. You can also email us at ineffably-sublimepod@gmail.com. If you don't feel like talking, send it there. We'll read it on the show. Enjoy. Hey there, sports fans and concert junkies. Have you ever wanted to snag tickets for your favorite events without breaking the bank?
Well, now you can with SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the go-to app for buying tickets to live events, whether it's sports, concerts, theater, or more.
And guess what, folks? We've got an exclusive offer just for our listeners. You can use our special promo code ISPodcast to get $20 off your first purchase.
That's right, Bobs. With SeatGeek, you'll find the best deals on tickets from all over the web, all in one place.
And here's the best part. SeatGeek's got a color-coded system that makes it super easy to find the perfect deal. From dark green to red, you'll know exactly what kind of deal you're getting.
So whether you're looking for front row seats to see your favorite band or courtside tickets to catch the big game or wrestling, SeatGeek has you covered.
Don't wait any longer. Download the SeatGeek app today and use our promo code ISPodcast, all one word, all capitalized, ISPodcast, to get $20 off your first purchase.
That's ISPodcast, ISPODCAST, for $20 off. Don't miss out on unforgettable live experiences. SeatGeek, tickets made simple.
Squad, we're on the attack. DJ Mitch turning absurdity into punk rock. We dissect the absurd side, it's our claim to fame. Spots McGamble, the Southpaw co-host with the wild name. We dive deep into the weird, no topics off limits. From bizarre news to strange conspiracies, we're committed. DJ's the Bobs, rocking the mic with style. He's the rebel with a smile. Absurdly sublime, that's what we're about. Making you laugh, we'll leave you with no doubt. Join the Sublime Squad, buckle up and enjoy the ride. We'll bring the chaos with pop rock as our guide.
What's going on, Sublime Squad? Deej here, and we are coming to you today with a bullshit session. The conversation goes from being a bad liar all the way to many random topics, and it kind of just flows for about an hour, and then it ends. We forgot to do an intro. Basically, it was just me and Mitch talking before we normally do the show, and then it went on so long that we just decided to make it the episode. So here is another round of Ineffably Sublime where we just talk. Please enjoy, and we'll be back next week with another episode about something. Thanks, guys. I try to pull one over on a lot of things, and a lot of times it works, a lot of times it doesn't, you know.
Yeah, I'm a horrible liar, so nothing ever works. Nothing. I think I've gotten away with maybe 2 or 3 lies in all of my married years. And they're also, I can't remember any off the top of my head, but I'm sure they're like just little trivial nothing lies.
Right.
Because anytime I try a big lie, no, sees right through me. Everybody sees right through. I've been like that my whole life. Like, no matter what I did growing up, I would try to get out of something and I would lie, and instantly my whole family's like, yeah, you're lying.
It's almost like somebody, have you ever seen somebody like, all right, like let's say like in a movie or something, when they say quick act natural, and their version of act natural is wildly different than natural.
Hand behind their head, standing in a weird pose.
Yeah, it's like some real weird shit, and it's like somebody told you like, hey man, acting is nothing but, or I'm sorry, lying is nothing but really good acting, and you're just like, I got it, and then you're just, so it turns out you're just a real bad actor.
Yeah, I'm a terrible actor. Because somebody would be like, well, did you do this? I'll be like, yeah. I'm like, nah, you're lying. I'm like, fuck. You know, it's like, well, yeah, I'm sorry. I lied. I don't even have to apologize because they already know that I'm lying. So,
well, the trick of a good lie is to actually believe it.
yes, that's the old going back to the Seinfeld episode when Jerry has to take a lie detector test because he's getting ready to date this cop. He's trying to pretend that he's never watched Melrose Place. So this female cop puts him to the lie detector. So the day before, the day of, I believe it was, he's talking to George. And he's like, how do I beat this? Because Costanza on Seinfeld is a fantastic liar. And he's like, yeah, I can't teach you how to lie. He's like, it's like asking Pavarotti to teach me how to sing. He says, you just can't do it. So at the very end, Costanza's like, Jerry, he's like, it's not a lie if you believe it. And I try to go through, that saying, and it still doesn't work.
Well, the problem is, not only do you have to believe it, but you have to not feel the guilt
Yeah.
of not believing it.
Yes, that's the other thing. And I do have a lot of guilt. I always feel guilty. I hate that. I feel terrible about that.
Dude, you're guilty for feeling guilty.
Yeah.
Gee,
Yeah.
you're a mess.
Yeah.
It's
That's
okay.
like when
though,
that's what going back to lying. That's when I sometimes I don't think people catch it, and it pisses me off because I'll be like, we'll be talking about someone or something, and then I'd be like, "Oh, buddy, I'd never lie to you." I said, "Well, that's not entirely true." and then I'm standing there chuckling, and the person I said it to is just like staring at me, and they're like, "Oh, okay." Did not get the joke at all, and it makes me sad. It's another part that makes me sad. A lot of sadness going on this morning.
Really?
No, not really. I'm lying. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I feel guilty about that.
I have a hard time. Sometimes you say things, and I'm like, wow, like I believe it. And if you would just commit, you're already there.
Yeah, I feel like it must be in my face. I think I could get away with more lies doing it here since we're not face to face. Because pretty much all my lies are always, in person. And that's when I get caught because I must make like this weird ass face when I'm saying it. Because they're like, well, you're lying. And it's like, oh, yeah, I am.
I don't think I've ever experienced that where I think you're lying about something. Unless you make it blatantly obvious that you're lying, like for a ha-ha.
I've probably done it. Man, I wish I could remember. Like, because I'm sure there's something out there that I have, like, blatantly lied about. Damn it.
Besides that, I've never really, given it all that much thought. There was a point I was going to make. I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
Totally lost my train of thought, but yeah, I mean, we're not face to face here. But I remember. I have this wild trait that, I mean, you and I obviously haven't hit that level yet, but for some reason, every group of friends that I've always had for my entire life, it doesn't matter what I don't have a track record for lying, but for some reason, it must just be the way that I tell stories because eventually every one of my friends goes, that's horseshit. Like as soon as I tell them a story, and I'm like, why? I don't understand what I'm doing.
I feel like we have had that moment and then it's gone away. I feel like not when we first started talking and not now. Man, there's a couple times I'm almost positive you've said something and I'm like, I don't think I believe this story. And you're like, why would I lie about this story? I mean, I don't know.
You're absolutely right. It definitely has happened, but for
no
reason at all. Like Preston, Brady, Eric, I worked with those guys all the time, and out of nowhere, just one day, they were like, "That sounds like a Deej story," and I'm like, What the fuck is a Deej story? Like, and you'll hear Chris say that a lot. This sounds like a Deej story. And now Nate's getting in on it. Like I've never given you guys any single lie. You know, what I mean, I don't even embellish. I'm just a good storyteller.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think it's just you've got so many stories that I feel like eventually you're just talking just to hear yourself talk, to just tell a story, just to do it. Yeah, and be like, I feel like talking. I haven't said anything for a while. All right, here comes a wild ass story out of nowhere, with no truth to it. Because some of the stuff you do say, it's just you wonder, it's like, where in the hell did you dig that up at? And it's just in your crevice of your brains, I guess, or brain.
I mean, I can remember it all. It all stems back from this like story. I swear to God, this is a 100% truth story, and it happened, and I witnessed it, and I took this story and told my bandmates. Gavin was in the band at the time, and it was just just three of us, like just hanging out. And I was at work at the time. I was working at the Treasure Lake One Stop. I told them this story, and immediately they were like, "No, that didn't fucking happen." And I was like, "I swear to God, it fucking happened, just like literally like yesterday." And they're like, "No way, we would have heard about it." And I'm like, "Is that what's causing it? Because you would have heard about it? Like that's what makes you not believe it?"
Wow, that's
they're like, "Well, do you have witnesses?" Like, yeah, everybody that I was working with saw this fucking happen.
Yeah.
But like, they obviously were like, "Well, let's go, figure out if the story's true or not, and like, get to the bottom of it." And I didn't call anybody to confirm, but it happened. And the story goes as such: while I was at work, there was a bunch of commotion outside. Treasure Lake security was out there, yada yada yada. So we all walk out back, and there's a naked man in the middle of the street just yelling shit. He's got a green satchel on and he's just yelling stuff. All of this is happening while Treasure Lake is absolutely slamming because George Thorogood was in town.
Oh, I remember when George Thorogood was in town.
Yeah. So he was playing at the ski lodge out here in Treasure Lake, and people were flocking in from the fucking woodwork. Like they were coming out of it. It was so busy. And there's a naked man, and he got arrested right then and there. And then the man, his name was Dan. He worked with me. He came in. He was late because of the traffic. And he comes stumbling in the back door, and he was all fucked off, and he was swearing real loud, and he kicked over a big stack of milk crates, and he sat on the ground, and he looked at me, and goes, "You going to this fucking George Thorogood shit?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "Good, fuck George Thorogood." And that was sort of the end of it. Like, and I don't know if he was mad because of the traffic or if he was mad because he had to work and he wanted to go. I don't know. So I took that story and told my bandmates, and they were like, "No fucking way. That didn't fucking happen. You're lying." I'm like, "Why would I lie about that?
Why would you lie about that?
What do I have to gain personally?" Like, and that's always my number one question is, what do I gain by lying to you? And everyone always just like, "I don't know, you make me believe your shitty fucking story." I'm like, that's not a good prize.
Yeah.
What I have no personal want for you to believe garbage.
I get it. I absolutely get it.
So I don't know. I don't lie. I don't tell people lies, tall tales.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
I can spin a yarn, but I don't.
Oh, you're good at yarn spinning.
I can spin a fake story like no other, but I don't.
I see, that's the other thing why I can't lie is I wouldn't be able to remember like the lie that I told. So it's just easier to just be truthful and be, because if I do lie or make up a story, if someone would say, "Well, didn't you say this?" I'm like, "Oh shit. Yeah, I did." It's one of those kind of things. Yeah, because like I said, the handful of times that I do get away with a lie, I forget what I even say because I'm just like in full panic mode. So I'm like, well, just make something up to make it sound good. And
it's most of the time I just believe myself.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like,
do.
if it's like, there's a lot of things that's Like it happened in the house. Like, hey, why didn't you? Like one that I get all the time is, hey, why didn't you flush the toilet in the hallway? Be like, I haven't gone in that bathroom all day.
Yeah.
Genuinely believed I never went in there. I probably did unconsciously. You know, men
Yeah.
pee unconsciously all the time. I have no fucking clue when,
Yeah.
you know. But then like she'll hit me with like well, the toilet seat's up. Okay.
Mhm.
It wasn't Wesley. Okay. And it definitely wasn't Lily because Lily puts the seat down to pee. So it had to
Process
be you.
process of elimination, yeah.
And I just go, oh, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. And she's like, no, there's no guessing. And I'm like, well, what do you want? Like, I just said, guess it was, and I'm sorry, so I don't know. It's like, I want you to believe that it was you. All right, yeah. Just like you believed it wasn't. You know.
See the part I get away with a lot, and I'm so glad that Autumn doesn't listen to this show. And I don't do it a lot because you know me. I think everybody who knows me knows that I don't like talking to people, like strangers and like doing things like that.
Right.
I got to be in the right mood. So, and what I really hate more than anything is to call people, like to call, places about paying a bill or call places about, calling insurance or calling anything, making a phone call or even calling to make a doctor's appointment. I don't like doing it. So a lot of times, like usually on my days off, Autumn will usually be like, hey, do me a favor, call so-and-so and pay this bill. Call, these people, set up an appointment. Yeah. And then I won't do it. Then she'll come home at the night. She'll be like, oh, did you call those guys? I'm like, yeah, there was no answer. Well, yeah, I left a message. And it never works. It never works.
Works for me.
Well, I guess, okay, I shouldn't say it never works. It works about 30% of the time. Because most of the time I end up just having to. She's like, well, then just call him tomorrow. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, I left them a message to call me. She's like, well, just call them back tomorrow. I'm like, but I told them. I know they're not. And that's the thing. I know they're not going to call me back because I didn't call them. I didn't leave them a message.
I've been there so many times, too.
Yeah. I cannot. Like, even today, she wants me to go to the spay and neuter clinic and get flea medicine for the cats. And she's had me go before. God, this better not get out. I'm not gonna say it. No, you know what? Because it might get out. So I'm not gonna say it. But
I mean,
the moral of the
totally
story
feel you.
is I will say it. I did this one time. I completely forgot to go. And then Autumn said, well, did you go to the spay and neuter and get the flea medicine for the dogs? And I'm like, oh fuck. I'm like, okay, act mad. I'm like, yeah. I said, get this shit. I go all the way out to Woodland, try to get the flea medicine. They're all out. I said, it was ridiculous. She's like, oh, that is ridiculous. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it freaking sucks. She's like, oh, I'll just order it online. I'm like, sweet.
Maybe that's your ticket, man. If you're gonna lie about it, get mad about it. Make yourself believe that you actually went and they were out.
Yeah. I was like, man, I drove all the way out there. Said I stood in line, did this, did that. Yeah, and I never went.
That's my go-to move at the grocery store. If I'm told, hey, get this.
Uh-huh.
They were out. I forgot.
Yeah.
I forget all this. If I don't write it down, man, I ain't
Yeah.
getting it. Like, especially if I'm like, if I go in there for one specific thing,
Mhm.
like, if I'm like, hey, I'm going to run to Walmart and get a couple pizzas for later. And if she's like, oh, well, while you're there, grab this.
Yeah.
Well, in my head, I'm going to Walmart for pizzas. And that's what I do.
Yep.
And then when I leave, she'll be like, oh, did you get the cherry tomatoes? You'll never believe this, but they had none. They were picked clean.
Guy right in front of me, walked right in front of me, grabbed them all. Every single one. Left me with none.
Now, on my side, I have the lovely curbside pickup as my defense mechanism because oftentimes they are out of everything.
Yeah,
But if you go in the store, they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most annoying thing about curbside pickup all the time. Happens
Yeah,
constantly.
Yep. Always out, or there's always a substitution. You get substitutions a lot? Like,
The last 4 curbside pickups, I have had one substitution, and it was for
Oh.
like paper product, like bowls. They were like, we don't have the 25 ounce, but we have the 35 ounce. I'm like, all right, whatever,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time the substitutions work out better. Sometimes. But it seems like the one here in Clearfield, almost every time there's at least 2. Because Autumn usually does it on her phone, and I'll get out there, and then they'll be like, "Did you see the substitutions?" And I'll be like, "Yeah."
As long as
I'm good with it. Yeah.
The ones that drive me crazy are the ones that are like, like let's say we'll order, a 36 ounce bag of carrots, but they don't have the 36 ounce. So we're going to give you 8 1 ounce or 8 2 ounce.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Now I have like 20 extra items, bro. What the fuck are you doing? I'd rather just say no. I'll just go to Martin's. Like,
yeah, that is very annoying when they do that. Here's the one thing I cannot stand that they do. I don't understand why they do it, and it seems like it's always with this. The little Kool-Aid squirty things that you can squirt your water in. Autumn always gets 1 or 2 of those in one bag. They waste a bag, and all they put is that little. If she orders one, there's 1 of those in a bag.
yeah, why the fuck did they do that?
Like, why? Yeah, and it seems like it's always with that. I don't know. Is it because it could leak? Like if somebody, but I don't. That still doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I have no idea why they do it. And I could be like you and just be like, "Hey, why'd you do that?"
I mean, I would ask that question, but
yeah.
Recently I've just been like, I'll just stick like an empty 1 or 2 empty, like a tote or like a laundry basket in my trunk, and I'll bag my own items, or I'll bring my own bags.
Yeah, that was something new that popped up here. What was that? A couple weeks ago. I didn't know they had that. Autumn must not have realized it or something. And I open up my hatch, and the lady comes, and she's like, "Oh, you don't have any bags in here?" And I'm like, "No." She's like, "Well, you put here that you were gonna bag your own." And I'm like, "What?" Like, I didn't know this was a thing. I'm like, "Well, we'll just sit her down here and just hope for the best." And I'm driving home, and you just hear the thing sliding all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, it
I mean,
wasn't like a gigantic order, so we were okay.
I've always recently I've done this because I hate bagging my own shit at Aldi's. I think it's so stupid. So I would just walk out to the parking lot and then just put everything in a laundry basket and carry that in the house. Like,
That's smart.
yeah, it works great. And
Yeah.
even the same thing with like bags just in general. Like, I just tote everything and
Mhm.
carry it all up in one shot, even if it's in bags.
Yeah. Oh, same. Yeah. I've just now learned to, since that fiasco, because we've got those big reusable TJ Maxx bags sitting all over the place. So I've learned to now I have 2 of those in the back of the Jeep. But yeah, I'm a one trip guy. I will do anything possible to get it all on one trip.
Now, do you have a far distance to travel for your interior grocery exchange?
My what? Like to bring my groceries in the house?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Interior interior grocery exchange?
Yep, that's what I called it.
Sweet fancy Moses. We got from where I park to get into from my exterior to my interior is about I'll say a 40-foot titty lump.
Okay, that's not
Yeah.
bad.
No.
Fucking sweet fancy Moses. The fuck?
That's better than saying sweet Jesus, I think sometimes.
Sweet fancy Moses.
Sweet fancy Moses.
Just pick sweet and some other adjective and just someone from the Bible.
Yeah. I can only fancy Moses is the only one that comes to my head.
Fancy
See, I'm not
Moses.
good with Bible people. How about sweet? Oh my God, I don't know. This is tough.
See, what's another word for fancy?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah, this would
Let's
be
see.
a great time for a producer.
Yeah, fancy
Uh,
thesaurus. Um, well, what? That's the a sweet deluxe. What deluxe is a thesaurus? Is it so for fancy? It's fancy. It says complicated, decorative, deluxe, elegant, frilly, gaudy,
Gaudy.
lavish, sweet,
Sweet gaudy Noah.
sweet, sumptuous Abraham. Sumptuous is another word.
Sumptuous. Sweet sumptuous Abe. I love
Sumptuous.
it.
I don't know. Is Abraham? I'm assuming Abraham's somebody in the Bible.
Abraham is somebody in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I don't know what he did. Sure, it was very important. I'm so bad.
He had many sons. That's all I know.
Oh, okay. I'm so.
Uh,
And
there
I know
used
we've talked about this on here before. I am terrible with Bible stuff. I am like one of the least religious people you'd ever meet.
Well, all I know is that there's this song that we used to sing in Sunday school called Father Abraham. And the lyrics were Father Abraham had many sons, had Father Abraham. And I am one of them, and so are you. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, a little odd.
So Abraham's a player.
Yeah, and it just made me believe just like we're all related.
Yeah. It's like, who's your dad? Well, I thought this guy was my dad, but apparently now because of Sunday school, Abraham's my dad too. Apparently, you gotta have a lot of fathers, I guess, if you're. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like doing religious talk because I'm so stupid when it comes to it.
Well,
So
it's
dumb.
a lot of it's complicated. A lot of the stuff that happened in the Bible is super weird and doesn't make any sense. So do
Mhm.
not fear. You're not alone.
Great. It feels like there's a lot of verse or something well, I guess you could do this with a lot of things. It can be interpreted so many different ways. It's like, oh, well, in John 3:16, which I don't know. I don't think that's even a real thing. Oh, it always
It
used to pop up on sporting events, and still to this day, I never really understood. You don't see those signs anymore, but it felt like in the 80s and in the 90s, every sporting event, there'd always be a banner, and it'd always just say John 3:16. And it's like, well, I don't know what that is. I guess
It
when I say it's
really-
not real, I meant to say it's not. I don't know what I was trying to say, really.
I you know what I want to believe that's the Our Father.
Oh, okay.
I want to think that that's what that is.
Yeah. I mean, I know what Austin 3:16 is from wrestling.
Oh,
So-
I know what it is. It's the For God So Loved the World one.
Oh, all right. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I don't know why that's like people at sporting events would put that on there, but just because
No,
it's
it's
a
so
very
weird.
common Bible verse, but
Maybe. Yeah, like I said, I feel like you don't see it anymore, but if you go back and would watch especially football games, it would always seem like it was always right behind the goalpost because you knew that would always get shown on TV, 5-6 times a game. And it was always like on the second rafter. Bam, John 3:16. Just like, I don't know what that is.
well, that's what it is. For God So
That's
Loved the
what it
World. I
is.
don't know. People just like to insert that anywhere they can. I guess it's
I've been there. I like to insert wherever I can.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, We're 25 minutes. I'm gonna have to do an exterior intro because we're just
Yeah,
bullshitting.
we are just bullshitting.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yep. There's nothing wrong with a little bullshitting. I mean, it all started with lying. We went from lying to Walmart to the Bible.
All in one shot.
Speaking of Walmart, okay, this is the story that I wanted to tell you. What was it, last week?
Thank God, man. I've been the
I
anticipation's been killing me.
Yeah, I could not remember. It's kind of quick and it's really stupid. It just shows how dumb I am. So, and going back to that, 99% of the time we do curbside pickup. And lately Autumn's paying the extra to do delivery. So we don't go up there for shit. So I guess what, it would have been like 2 or 3 weeks ago now. We needed dog food and we needed something else. And I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to go to Walmart. I'm going to go in. I'm actually going to walk around. I'll see what the deal is with this place. So, because of, I guess, muscle memory, I get up to Walmart, and where the curbside pickup is in the one here in Clearfield, to people, I'm sure most people that listen have probably been to the Clearfield Walmart. When you go to the light, when it Y's, you go to the right and you go up the hill, and then the curbside is right there on the right before you even, see the Walmart building. Or not, or it's right at the front of the building. You don't see the front. It's at the side. Jesus Christ, this story.
I know right where you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I guess because, like I said, muscle memory, whatever, I get up there, go around the curve, right there on the curbside pickup. I pull in there, pull into slot number, whatever it was, 7, and I'm just sitting there. And I sat there for, I shit you not, a good solid 5 minutes wondering, well, why isn't anyone out here? I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I didn't even do the curbside pickup. So, but my dumbass just sat there for 5 solid minutes, just sitting there looking around. And I'm like, now, and I know the one time, because I was like, now I know that car pulled in after me, because here's what, okay, I need to back up this story too. So when Autumn orders on, does the curbside, she does it on her phone. I go up there, I pull in so that I don't have to call and talk to anybody. I'll text Autumn what spot I'm in. And then she'll just do the check-in on her app. And then she'll say what vehicle, my color is and what my vehicle spot is. All right. So I guess I should have even prefaced with that. So, because I was home alone. Autumn was at work. And I thought, well, okay, I'll just text her. So I get up there, pull in, text her. And all I texted was like the number 7. And then that's usually all we end up doing. I text 7. She's like, all right, then they come out. So now, okay, so then I'm sitting there, I'm like, these motherfuckers were here after me. Why in the hell are they getting their stuff? And then that's when I realized I didn't even do the order. Then parked in the real spot, actually walked in or getting stuff. And while I was halfway getting stuff, Autumn texted me and she's like, why did you text me the number 7? I'm like, because my dumbass thought we did the curbside. I said, I was sitting in the goddamn curbside parking lot for 5 solid minutes waiting for somebody to come give me my stuff. So it's, like I said, it's a dumb story, but it's still a funny story, I feel.
You want to hear something that's not going to surprise you and it's probably going to blow your mind because I've done it and you're going to be like, wow, I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
One of those stories.
Yeah.
One time I went into Walmart. I ordered curbside. I checked in. I went into Walmart and walked to the door where the curbside was and said, hey, I got to get some more things. Can I just get my curbside here?
Oh my God.
That does not. Okay.
Oh my God.
They brought it out in the middle of the store and just gave me my curbside. I just put it in my
You-
cart and continued buying shit.
You're unbelievable. You are unbelievable.
Hey man, they didn't care. Like,
Oh my God, that's fantastic. You are the ballsiest person I think I've ever met. You're everything I wish I could be when it comes to going places and asking for things. Because I just cannot do that. That would never even cross my mind. I would just end up, I don't even know what I would do. I'd probably come home, then order off the app, and then go back out. That's
oh
probably
really?
what, probably.
Sometimes I don't have the patience. I'm just like, I'm not doing that.
Uh,
Like, I value my time more than anything.
Yeah, I have no value with anything. I'm valueless.
I mean, I value time mostly because, you know what I
Mm.
mean? Like, I just don't. Like, when I'm off work, I consider going grocery shopping
Mhm.
more work.
Yeah,
You
that
know what I
is
mean?
true.
I don't like it. I don't want to waste my time off
Hmm.
doing other things that are mundane.
I get it. I
You know what I
totally
mean?
get it.
Unless I'm out like Christmas shopping or shopping for myself
Mhm.
specifically, that's different.
Right.
But if I'm running an errand, I want it to be as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And if I have to go into the store to get something else, then that's fine. That's why I get so angry with like curbside fast food.
Yeah, you get boned a lot, especially the nights
So
that we
dumb.
work. Those 2 times with what Burger King, where I literally ordered like 45 minutes before you, I got in and out in no time, and you would say you'd have to sit there and wait forever.
Yeah. And they did the same thing to
Wow.
me at Wendy's last time I was there. So we're gonna pull you ahead. And then I waited 15 minutes. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Yeah.
Why is
I know.
the only place that does curbside quick is Sheets?
I've never done the actual curb. Oh wait, when you say curbside,
I mean,
are
just
you saying
order
just
ahead.
okay? All right. I was gonna say because I've never actually done where you pull in and then they bring the food out to you, or you know what I mean. Well, yeah, I guess it would be the food. I'm sorry.
But
Yeah, I've
yeah,
never
like
actually done that. But yeah, yeah,
whether you
Sheets is
pay ahead of time or pay at the store, it's done.
Mm-hmm. Did I tell the McDonald's story on here? Or did I just say it at work about the time that I sat there?
I think
For-
you told it on here.
Well, did I say it on here? Okay.
I think so. And yeah, they
I-
made
I-
you wait for like 20 fucking minutes.
Oh yeah, it was at least 20 minutes. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was on here. Yeah, I will never do McDonald's that mobile pickup ever again. If I do, I'll probably just say I'm going to pick it up at the counter.
Right.
Because it seems
Now-
like when I do the counter at the one in DuBois, I get it really fast. But I don't know if it's because it's Clearfield and Clearfield is like way behind on the times when it comes to stuff. I don't know, but that was like I said. One time I know I sat there for 20 minutes, and then this last time I think it felt like it was at least a half hour.
Damn.
It was
That's obnoxious.
yeah, and it's not like we did like an order for 20 people. It was for 3 people, maybe 4. That was it. Oh man, ridiculous.
Well, let me think. Walmart's probably the most efficient for curbside pickup in terms of groceries. Dollar
Mhm.
General sucks. We're the worst.
Oh, that wouldn't even cross my mind doing Dollar General.
It's terrible. You have to go in the store. Like, they don't have curbside. You have to go in the
Hmm.
store to get your items. It's dumb.
Ugh.
Aldi's is not great. I ordered Aldi's curbside one time and a bunch of shit. And instead of walking it to my car, they called me and said, "Come to the door."
What?
It's like, what the fuck do
That-
you mean?
Oh my.
Because it was raining. They were like, "I'm not going out in the rain." I'm like, "That's retarded."
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then Lowe's is pretty terrible. They'll make you wait forever.
Yeah, I've never done Lowe's.
Yeah, I do. I don't like looking for shit in Lowe's, so I almost exclusively order curbside.
That would be nice to do. We were at Lowe's Sunday and we were looking for something and it took us forever to find it. Oh, it was just for the one light in the bathroom or the bedroom. I want to just replace. I just want to try to replace the socket. And where you think the socket accessories are was not where we thought it was.
Right.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's easy. You can get easily confused in Lowe's.
Yeah, it's annoying. So I try to just order online there because I just don't want to look for shit. And it
Mhm.
usually works out okay. If I don't feel like taking Wesley and then I wait for, 10, 15 minutes for them to bring it out, one item, it's retarded. Or I'll just go in and grab it from the curbside counter, which is just as fine to me.
Yeah.
Michael's sucks. What else
Michael's.
have I got in curbside?
What the hell is Michael's?
Michael's is up there by Lowe's in DuBois. It's a craft store.
Oh, the craft place. Okay.
Yeah, their curbside's not great. But again, I don't like looking for shit there.
I
Wish Hobby Lobby had one. That'd be awesome.
that would be. Oh, so for Father's Day, speaking of Hobby Lobby, this mamma jamma right here got a Star Wars toasted cheese maker that on one side has Darth Vader's face, on the other side's the Death Star.
Huh.
Yeah, buddy.
That's pretty dope.
I've used it twice.
It makes a toasted cheese.
Yeah, it's a grilled cheese. They call it a grilled cheese / panini maker.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep, it's pretty nice.
That sounds delish.
Yeah, I'm a 2 cheese guy in my grilled cheese. 2 slices of cheese, not 2
Okay.
cheese, not two different cheeses. You can't do 2 slices of cheese on this one. I think the divots or the I don't know, whatever you call it, the how you press it down,
Okay.
and it's not thick enough, I don't think. So both times I've made it, cheese has just been oozing out the side. But it does make it brown and crispy. So you get that burnt cheese little thing going on there. It's
Now,
just
what
a mess though.
What if you ripped your cheese into 4 quadrants and then put them around the perimeter of the bread?
Just because you say it like that, I don't want to do it. Quadrants. Well, they're already in quadrants.
No, they're not. In fourths.
Well, what's the difference between a fourth and just the whole slice?
Because you can spread it.
But if it's already spread, if I need to do anything, no, I think that would make it worse.
What kind of bread are you using?
Just bread. Just bread.
No, hold the phone. Back up. It's not just bread.
It is just bread.
No. What kind of bread? Not
like
don't say white bread. No. God damn it. No.
You need the brand? Are you talking like the brand?
Is it is it
it's just bread. It's sliced bread. Just
is it yeah, but some bread is small and square and some bread is fat and wide. Some is thicker than others.
Don't know. It's just sandwich bread. It's just the bread that you buy in a bag. It's just it's bread. It's thin. It's not Texas toast. It's just your typical sandwich bread.
There's so many differences.
No, there is not. Not
so
in this,
many.
Not in this household. There isn't. There's bread. It's just when I get the Dollar General brand, it just says enriched white. That's all it says. And when I get the Walmart kind, I think it just says great value bread. I don't think it says anything specific.
Okay, so I know exactly what you're working with, and so your bread is exceptionally square.
Yeah, we'll say it's square. Sometimes, sometimes when we get the one that's in the yellow, is it Fleischmann's? And it's got it's kind of curved at the top. It kind of It kind of looks like a little, like a, I don't know, like a circular thing, and then it stops, and then it's like square at the bottom.
Do you have the kind of bread that, like, if you were to put it in the toaster when it comes out, it's like all bent?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't buy that bread. I buy Nichols Italian
Gotcha.
exclusively. I love Nichols Italian bread. It's so good.
I always see it. I don't think I'm sure we've gotten it before. Yeah, because it's a little okay. All right. See, now I'm starting to understand. It took me a little bit because what Italian is, it's pretty wide though, isn't it? From side to side.
A little wider.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the one that I get, it fits in so with this grilled cheese maker, it fits it like the bread fits perfectly in the slot, as you would, I guess we would call it.
So you're saying that the cheese goes on the bread pretty perfectly, but having two pieces of cheese on there makes it too thick and it squeezes it out as it melts.
Yes.
I understand.
So if I got to do anything, if I fold it into quadrants, I've got to put it more internally so that maybe I think it'll probably still melt out though. I don't know. I always feel like one slice just isn't enough.
That's a conundrum. Now, in regard to cheese, are you using, what kind of cheese are you using? Like, obviously American. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, just the sliced. Like, it depends. Depends on what deal there is. Like right now, I think we have Kraft singles,
Like
just the
individually
square,
wrapped.
individually wrapped. Yeah, that's
Oh,
pretty much what we always go to.
I don't like those. I don't know why. I don't know
Well,
what.
what do you-
There's something about them that tastes innately funny.
I can agree with that. I used to love, and I know I've told the Velveeta story on here. I used to love the block, and I still do love the block of Velveeta, but the Velveeta individually sliced cheese, there's something up with that. It's weird.
The same thing with Kraft for me. I don't know what it is. It just tastes different. Now, if I buy Kraft Deluxe American,
Mhm.
none of it is wrapped. It's like it tastes like deli.
I
cheese.
kind of like those ones. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I usually get most of the time.
Yeah.
Or deli. Like nothing's better than a grilled cheese sandwich with deli American. That's just
Deli American is the best.
Or
I
like
do
Cooper.
agree.
Have you ever had Cooper?
I'm gonna say I have, but I can't really remember.
It claims to be sharp American. It is fucking good. It's real good.
Cooper. You know what? Maybe I haven't. I mean, I've had sharp cheddar, and I've had cheddar and a mild cheddar, but I don't.
This is sharp American.
Yeah, okay. I've definitely never had that then.
It's different. It's good.
The kind that I like, I don't know. I think Autumn gets it at JG. It's actually called Clearfield cheese.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's clear. It's an American cheese. Because way back in the day, before your time, Curwensville actually had a cheese plant.
Huh.
And another bit of info: the individually sliced American cheese was invented in Curwensville.
Wow.
Yeah, by someone. I don't know if I can't remember if I'm sure the name's out there somewhere. But oh my god, Clearfield cheese was awesome. We had a neighbor that she worked there, and she would get like this tub of spreadable cheese. It was fantastic.
Ooh, like is like pub cheese. Have you ever had pub cheese?
Yeah, I feel like it kind of was like a pub cheese. Now that you mentioned it, yeah. But I just remember she always would give us these because she'd like, oh yeah, since I worked there, I could just, take as much as I want, and yeah, it would be like in a container, and you would actually put a knife in there and spread it. Oh, so good.
I love spreadable cheese, man.
Yeah,
Baby Bell makes a nice little wheel of spreadable cheese wedges.
oh,
They're incredible.
that sounds incredible.
Yeah,
That's-
they're like. Do you like Baby Bell?
It's not bad.
Like the red Baby Bell?
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
The black Baby Bell is sharp cheddar and it's super good.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got black, red. They have a green one. I don't know what the green one is. And they have a light blue one.
Oh, I've only seen. I mean, I'm sure at some way I have seen it, but yeah, it doesn't sound familiar to me at all. Only red sounds familiar.
It's good.
Okay,
That's
so
like some of my favorite cheese.
yeah, so Google's lying to me here. I know. I wish we need. This is why I wish we had a producer.
Hey,
Is
she
somebody would
agreed
be?
to it. We just got to get her in.
Oh, that's true. I guess I should be humming. Um, because I'm almost positive. Now I'm gonna feel like a real ass if this isn't true, but I'm sure some people that listen to the show, I'm hoping will be able to back me up on this. That the individually sliced cheese was invented in Kermansville.
Now, are you
But
saying that you looked it up and it's not that?
yeah, it's saying that some Canadian dude in the 30s invented it.
Huh.
Yeah. So maybe I'm just not typing it. And like I don't want to spend a whole lot of time like looking for this while yeah, see it says some engineer from Indiana. Oh, right there. Look at that. There it is. Arnold Nawrocki. In 1956, Nawrocki, an engineer from Indiana, patented a machine that could produce individually wrapped cheese slices while working for the Clearfield Cheese Company in Kerwinsville, Pennsylvania. Now, Rocky's
Wow.
machine wrapped cheese in a transparent, flexible wrapper, solving the problem of slices sticking together and being difficult to separate without tearing. Yep, and Kraft later developed similar technology. So there it is. Okay. I was starting to get a little worried because I hate when I sound all cocky thinking I know something and it ends up not being true.
Dude, that's pretty crazy though.
That is crazy.
Something that is that like that big of a staple in American households
Yep.
was
Invented.
invented just 40 minutes away from my house.
Yep. Yep. And to a plant that I don't even know. I don't even remember what happened to that plant. I'm sure it might have gotten torn down because it was down by the high school. Because there used to be, what was it? There was House Leather, which that House Leather, that was a place that you would, what was the name of the brand? Louis Vuitton, like purses.
Oh yeah.
The cow leather they would get would be from that plant in Kermansville.
Are you sitting outside?
No, why? What?
No, I thought I heard wind chimes.
Oh, no, I'm sitting right here. I wonder if I have my TV up a little loud. I was wondering if
That's
I did
okay. It just
because
sounded like wind chimes.
I have it's called Dan Patrick Show. It's a sports show, and at the top of the hour, you remember the Cypress Hill song "Rock Superstar"?
No. Yes.
And at the very beginning, the little dinging sound,
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
and that's because they always play that ding ding sound, and I'm wondering if that's what you heard.
Huh.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever noticed, speaking of that, do you know why they do that?
Why? Who does what?
Television. Why they make those ding noises like that?
Is it to like a brain thing, like to stimulate you?
Kinda. Yeah. So it happens a
Wow.
lot. There are tons and tons of different commercials, and they
Mhm.
all start with a ding dong.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them.
Now that you mention it, I'm kind of, and that's to get you to focus, right?
Yeah, it mimics a doorbell. It's
Look over
something
here.
that, yeah, it mimics a doorbell on purpose to get you to look.
Oh, it's especially good to do nowadays because nobody's ever really looking at the TV during commercials.
I know. Speaking of commercials, dude,
Yeah.
I saw some crazy shit. I don't know if it was true or not, but I seen some people started talking about it on TikTok where their YouTube ads are paying attention to their eye contact.
What?
Yeah, there was a guy who was complaining about how he said he was like watching an ad and he looked away and then he came back and it said, "You didn't maintain eye contact. Your ad will now restart."
Oh,
And I
boy,
thought
that'll
that is
suck.
fucked up.
That is.
Forcing ads on people, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that one bit.
Either that or buy YouTube Premium. That's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, because there's one thing I like to watch on my phone to fall asleep during the day. It's just recordings of, it was a show called Cheap Seats. I think I've talked about it on here before, and it's by have you ever heard of the Sklar brothers? They're a comedy.
Yeah,
They're twins.
yeah, I know exactly. You're
Oh, you know
talking
who the Sklar? Okay, they did a show in the early 2000s on ESPN Classic called Cheap Seats, and it was kind of like a Mystery Science Theater kind of vibe. They would find these really terrible shows that they would have on ESPN, even would do like the spelling bees, and they would make fun of them during, it would just be a half-hour show, and the whole show is them just making fun of it. And it's hilarious. I absolutely, to this day, I still love watching these shows. But
Huh.
see, if that happens, but I guess during those episodes, they're quick enough. I think if maybe there are any ads, it might be, when it goes from show to show. But still, that'll tick me off to no end because, I'm not like looking at it. I'm watching it, but then I'm also dozing in and out.
You pay for YouTube TV, but not YouTube Premium. It doesn't come with it.
No, it does not. It's separate.
What? That's fucking dumb.
It is dumb. Unless
Oh, man.
unless it is a thing, and I haven't seen it, but no, I'm almost positive it's to get YouTube Premium, it would be different than getting YouTube TV. It would be two separate payments. Yeah, you would think, wouldn't you, that you get one, you get them both.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
But as far as I know, you
but it's
don't.
so dumb.
That is dumb. I do.
Yeah,
That's a show. Yeah, but I recommend you watching that because it's not even like total like sports like sports stuff. They're
You don't gotta
funny.
convince me anymore, man. I'm on board with sports.
Like I said, I still recommend you watching Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, just pop on because I think I did ask you. You do have that Pluto TV app on your phone or on your TV. I think
do.
Yeah, they have a channel where it's 24/7 Mystery Science Theater. And then there's a channel right below it. It's called Riff Tracks. And what that is two of the three original actually one of the three original guys from Mystery Science Theater, and then the other two came on like halfway through the series, but they're still pretty much like the main guys. They just play themselves, and they do, they have infinite more movies that they do, and it's the same concept. They just make fun of it the whole time. I love it. I absolutely love those shows. But yeah,
Sounds dope. I mean,
it is
I'll
dope.
give it a shot.
It is dope.
Put some on in the background sometime while I'm doing something.
Yeah. Like this one. It was this was for the Cheap Seats one. They were doing it was a show, I think it was like in the late 90s that ESPN did, where it was just called Unbelievable Sports. And it was this thing just called it was like surfboarding, but like in shallow water. So they're just doing this thing, whatever. And then the lady was going to commercial, and she's like, what else would women do other than, or how did she say it? She said, this will be something better to do than tossing each other's salad. And then it cuts to the Sklar brothers, and they're just like staring at each other. They're like, wait, what did she just say? Tossing each other's salad.
Wow.
It's like, it didn't make sense how it was aired, on that particular show, because it was about surfboarding. And she's talking about tossing each other's salads.
Damn, that's so random.
It's so good. Oh, things that I've been thinking about that episode for day. I was what the hell day was that I watched that, and I still keep thinking of it. Yeah, like I said, go to YouTube, go to Cheap Seats. Yeah, just pick. There's 4 seasons. Some of their best ones are the Spelling Bees. They're great.
All right, I'll have to check it out. From the early
Check.
2000s, you say?
Yeah, I think the show aired from like 2002 to like 2006, I would say. That's just a guess. But it still holds up very well. TV show, Cheap Seats TV show. 2004 it started. Yeah, 4 seasons, 78 episodes. So yeah, 2004 to 2006.
Huh.
Yeah. And it's kind of very weird at the very beginning of the series because it's talking about it was some host named Ron Parker, and it's the very beginning's weird, but don't let that deter you from it.
Well, it sounds interesting.
It is. It's hilarious. Love it. I've always wanted to get they always talked about doing like a DVD set, like a complete series, but they've never. I don't know why they can't get it done, but for some reason they can't do it because I just love to have them all readily available.
Yeah.
Instead of having to keep popping on YouTube and, watching, some random dude's collection. But good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, good old TV.
Yeah, and speaking of that, yeah, like we just talked about, yeah, so you watched The Acolyte this morning?
I did watch The Acolyte this morning. Yeah,
I
and
watched
I
it
was having an extremely hard time. Like I went to go get on Disney Plus, and it was like, you need to pay, and I'm like, okay. So I like went in there to try to fix it, and like no matter how hard I tried, I could not get in to Disney Plus to fix my account.
Is it when you get to the icon and you hit yourself and then it just keeps staying at the same spot? Is it there?
It wouldn't even let me log in. Like I would
Yeah.
like go to log in, and I would like it would. First of all, I didn't recognize my password, so I was like, okay. So I hit forgot password probably like 10 times, and it would send me an email. I type in the code, and it would just consistently load and refresh, all on its own. I couldn't do anything. So like, all right, I'll go downstairs and get on the computer down there on the desktop. Same thing.
That's weird.
Yeah,
'Cause
so I had to find the fucking Acolyte on some seedy internet backs website. I watched it on there. It was great. I mean, it worked perfectly. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. But
Yeah, see, there was a good 2-week span where I could get Disney Plus on my phone. It would pop up no problem. Trying to use it on my TV, it would start up, and then at the beginning because most of all of our apps, it has me, then Izzy, and then it just says add profile or whatever.
yeah,
So I would click to me, and it would just spin. You would see the Disney thing, and then it would go right back to that screen again. Then I would hit me, then it would spin, then it would just did that constantly. And I thought, well, is it because I logged on with my phone that it's not going to let me do the TV? So for that time, I just deleted the app off my phone. It still didn't work. But when I went to Izzy's, it worked fine. Just for my profile, it would not open up.
that's so weird.
It was very weird. Now, I don't have that problem at all. I haven't had it for the last at least couple weeks now. But yeah, it was a good couple weeks span. I could not get on Disney Plus just on my TV. Yeah. But no, like I said, I won't get too much into Acolyte, but it was an okay episode. It was I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired, man.
Yeah.
Star Wars fans. I'm starting to hate a majority of Star Wars fans. I mean,
I've just been trying not to pay attention to anybody
Yeah.
else talking about it.
I mean, this whole, I mean, I understand this. Apparently, and I didn't know this, the lady that created this show and directed it was an associate with that Harvey Weinstein. You know, the producer, the pervert producer.
Oh, yeah.
So now instantly, you know, people are pissed because she got a show because she was, you know, people are calling her a groomer, that she groomed these girls, but there's no evidence of any of that. And like what even Rebel Force Radio guys say, it's like, you know, if you're gonna, you know, get rid of people that had anything to associate with this guy, there's gonna be nobody left. People had to associate with this guy.
Right.
So they hate that. They hate that she would work for him. And of course, they hate the fact that she's a woman. Obviously, you know, there's people out there. You can just tell when you watch some of these shows, these after shows, and, you know, guys, they just have a real big problem with a woman heading a TV series. And it's like, I don't care. If it's good, and then they're spreading propaganda. Unless I'm oblivious, I don't notice them spreading anything. I don't see a huge problem. The only thing I don't like about the show right now is it's just very, very clunky dialogue kind of shit. It's just like these two are talking, then cut to a different scene. Then these two are talking, then cut to a scene. It's just not. It's not jiving fluidishly.
Yeah.
Fluidly. That's like my only problem with it, is there's just still more questions right now, and, you know, just got to be patient, baby. Just got to be
hopefully
patient.
they I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
I don't either. And like, even if me having a problem with it now I'm purposely going to absolutely love it, because I'm watching like that. What's his name? He Star Wars Theory is the guy. He is flipping shit because this character popped up in this show and he's in the prequels.
Who?
That the guy with the long head, his Keanu Mundi is his name.
Oh, that's the same guy?
That's evidently it's the same guy. And this Star Wars Theory guy is just, I am done. I am tired of this. He's, you know, Wikipedia, not Wikipedia, Wikipedia is saying that he shouldn't even been alive at this time, and this would make him 100. Shut up. It's like, just shut up. You know, I used to be okay with the word canon, you know, when it comes to movies. Yeah, like we hear it a lot in Marvel, and like, is this canon? Is this considered canon? The word canon can shove itself up its ass for all I care anymore. I'm getting to the part where it's like, just enjoy the frickin' show. Who cares if it's canon or if it's not canon? Like, who cares if this guy was supposed to be alive? You know, things change. It's okay for things to change. You know, yeah, he was alive. He maybe shouldn't have been alive. But you know what? George Lucas had Luke and Leia making out with each other in Empire Strikes Back and changed his mind and had them be brother and sister. You know, things change. I can't stand people. When I watch these people do these post-show rants about, oh, this isn't canon, he's not supposed to be alive. Just shut up. Just shut up. All right, that's it for my Star Wars acolyte rant.
And I hate to say this, but unfortunately has to be it for this particular section of episode, or this episode specifically, because I have to go pick my son up.
Go pick him up. Got to go get that boy.
I know, and I gotta meet a lady at Snappy's and sell my 3D printers to her.
Ooh, nice.
So
That's
that'll happen first, and then I'll do that. And
awesome.
so, that being said, folks, we'll catch you on the next one.
All right, bye.
This is the end of the show. time